on today's episode, what to do with ripe bananas. And so this was a crowd favorite recipe at the gym back at Xperity Functional Strength back in the day when we'd have like client appreciation days, Halloween parties, whatever it was. And one of my clients brought this recipe to me. And so it was a great post-workout one. It's full of great carbohydrates that are gonna keep your energy nice and stable and nice little post-workout fuel for carbohydrates because you burn through a lot of carbs during it. And it was a baked blueberry oatmeal cup, and it's made with ripe bananas. So you're like, what do I do with them? I'm tired of freezing them and never pulling them out of the freezer. Well, this is a super yummy recipe, and from what I know, because the boys will eat it, a lot of kids love this one. It's a great little breakfast for them, great little snack for you, and you can change it up a lot of different ways with a lot of different flavor combos. So today, I actually do not have blueberries, so I'm gonna make baked oatmeal cups with mini chocolate chips. Let me show you how I put it together, and then I'll show you how to mix it up with whatever flavor profile you're in the mood for. Hey, and I just want to say thanks so much for stopping by and checking out the Angie method. As you guys know, I have been obsessed with the food channel since I was about 11 years old, and this is my space to create and pretend that I'm on my food channel and share recipes that I love with you, keeping them macro friendly, showing you how to take desserts and make them a little bit more calorie friendly, and all your other good stuff, staple meals, meal prep, everything food related. So if you like today's episode, if you could do me a favor and give me a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you're enjoying, what you'd like to see more of. If you're new to the channel, hey, welcome, glad you're here. Okay, so we've got most of the batter ready to go. So for this one, you'll use 2 ripe medium bananas. I weighed it on the scale so I can build it into my fitness pal, and it ended up being 230 grams of mashed banana. Added 1 egg, 1 teaspoon baking powder, some cinnamon, some salt, and then a full cup of old-fashioned oats, which is 160 grams. Now I think because my bananas were super ripe, see how it's like pretty wet consistency? I'm gonna add a bit more oats to this just to kind of give it a little bit more of a binder. Then I'm gonna add my mini chips, and then I'm gonna put it in my muffin cup. So let me go ahead and add a little bit more, and then I'll show you how to put it in your muffin cups. Okay, that's perfect. So that ended up being about another 30 grams. I would just measure your oats so you know when you're building the recipe out for your macro per muffin cup. Okay, let me get my pan sprayed with some non-stick cooking spray. We'll be ready to go. Okay, so I just sprayed my muffin cup. Just a good old regular size muffin cup. You can do mini muffins too. I don't know about the bake time, but you can totally do it. All right, now this recipe usually makes about 7 muffin cups. I know that's such a weird number, but you'll see how many you get out of it. Sometimes when you add a bit more oats, maybe you'll get 8, maybe you'll get 9, but you wanna fill them about 2/3 full, and then you're gonna have the oven preheated to 425. We're gonna start the heat high to get a quick bake on them, then we're gonna lower the heat and finish them off. So let me go ahead and fill my cups. I am gonna wait to add the mini chips to the top. With the blueberries, I do toss them through, but I don't want all my mini chips to just end up in one place, so I'm gonna put them on the top. Okay, so mine ended up with 8 cups, so I'll tell you the macro per cup on that. And I changed my mind. I am using 2 tablespoons, 30 grams of mini chocolate chips. I'm using the dark chocolate Ghirardelli ones. So I went ahead and put 15 grams in the batter, and now I'm gonna use the rest of my 15 grams and put them on the top. Okay, so let's talk macros. So first, I just put them in the oven. So you're at 425 and you only wanna go, I gotta remember this, for 5 minutes. Then you're gonna turn the heat down to 375 and go for about another 12 to 14 minutes. It's honestly just dependent on your oven, but they're gonna be like nice and golden brown and then all formed as a muffin. So I'll show you the finished product when it's done. Now, back to the macros. This ended up to be 8 muffin cups, and for me, I ended up using 28 grams of the mini chocolate chips, and then I used technically like 190 grams of the oats. So I switched that up, switched up my bananas, And now 1 cup is gonna be 140 calories, 25 carbs, 4 protein, 3 fat. So when you're looking at a carb snack, usually between 20 and 40 grams of carbohydrates is pretty normal. So this would be a great little snack. You could have it alongside some protein at breakfast, like an egg white omelet. You could have it next with Greek yogurt, or even put your muffin on top of your Greek yogurt. It could just be a little post-workout snack, pre-workout snack, just to kind of get some quick carbs in you. Or it could be dessert. Like, I love doing these with a little bit of PB Fit mixed with water, and I drizzle it on top, and then I put a little halo top on that, and it's nice, easy dessert. So there we go. That's what we got. All right, I'm gonna bake them and turn the oven down in about 3 minutes, and I'll show you the finished product. So a couple ideas on how to kind of make a little twist on these muffins. Let's start with this. If you have kids that are a little bit picky when it comes to texture, you can ground your oats. So then it's a smooth muffin, or just buy oat flour. So that's option 1. If you are not a banana fan, I am sure, I have not tried it, but I bet you could sub the banana for the pumpkin. Like canned pumpkin, it's gonna be unsweetened. So you might wanna add in maybe some like sugar-free Walden Farms maple syrup and maybe some stevia just to sweeten it up. You could use some Swerve brown sugar, that would be nice. Or you could probably try it with applesauce. Applesauce is probably gonna be more wet than the banana, so you might have to add more oats to it. So that could be like your base. Now your mix-ins, I have done dried craisins, I've done raisins, I do the frozen berries, so I've done blueberries, I've done strawberries. You can get super creative with it. You could add chopped nuts. You could do the mini chocolate chips like I did. You could bump up the protein by adding some protein powder to it, whatever flavor you prefer. Maybe do some PB Fit in there for more of a peanut butter flair. But get creative. It's the base recipe is the egg, the baking powder, the cinnamon, the salt, and the oats, and then you can kind of just do it whatever way you want. Okay, oven is buzzing. So I'm gonna turn it down to 375, and I'm gonna set my timer for 12 to 14 minutes. I'm gonna start at 13 and see what happens. Okay, we've been going for about 13 minutes. Let's see how it's shaking in. Oh yeah, look how good those are starting to look. Okay, it's looking pretty brown on top. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. So that'll be at a total of 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna let them cool for 10 minutes before removing them. Okay, finished product. But can you see that nice browning on top? And they like bounce back at me. Those are ready to go. Okay, 10 minutes, cooling them, and then we'll taste test. He's shrinking down for me. Okay, just finished my workout. So I'm pulling today. So I'm gonna have this little post-workout snack. Paul's gonna be my taste tester.
Pretty good.
What do you think's in it?
Oats and chocolate chips.
Do you know what the sweetener was? Mm-mm. Banana. Okay, now I'm gonna try it. But see, turned out nice little size, right? Made 8 of them. So here we go. You can see the nice browning on the top. They popped right out of that muffin tin. See the inside of that? Mmm, looks good. It binds together pretty good. Yeah, that's tasty. I would put, if you wanted more sweetener, you could definitely add some Walden Farms maple syrup. Like I said, you could do some Swerve, some stevia. I think it's good as is. I might dip it in a little peanut butter, but that's it. Go and make it. Pretty yummy. Okay, I'm gonna try to be a little bit quieter because Paul's in there doing his first Danish lesson with someone from Denmark over Zoom right now. It's been like his big dream to be able to go to Denmark and actually speak Danish with his grandfather. So he's working on it in there, but I gotta show you the finished product. And then I'll do a little taste test later with the boys. We'll see what they think about it. All right, so that's it. That's today's episode. I really hope you like this recipe. Give it a try. Would love to know in the comments what you think about it. And let me know what other kind of recipes you're in the mood for. I'm happy to create them. All right, chat soon.